You are listening to Realign Your Life podcast, where I discuss with you strategies on how to realign your life and move towards the direction you always want to. I am Vivian, the host of this podcast, and every week I will bring value on how to improve and realign your life either through a guest or my thoughts. I can't wait to share what we have this week. It's time to realign your life. Well, welcome back to Realign Your Life. In today's session, we will discuss areas and seasons of life that are critical in the process of realignment. These areas are not all inclusive, but when we look at realignment, these are some key areas that you might want to consider. In previous episodes, we discussed signs that indicate that it is time to realign your life. Well, what does that indication mean? Alignment means living in the fullest way that God has designed for you. It is pursuit of a well-balanced, wholesome life through your focus on self-improvement and self-management. Do you want more? Is your heart burning? What are you willing to do or not do? What are you willing to give up? Who are you? Are you aware of the inherent potential that God has placed inside of you? Who were you created to be? Valuing the importance of the different areas of your life and being committed to build a firm foundation in each is essential. Otherwise, your life will be flawed into the future. We want to move towards the direction you always want. You are the CEO of you. As the CEO of You Incorporated, each of these areas can be considered as vital departments that will lead to your life being fully aligned. The areas that we will look over the next several episodes are personal, career and professional, and kingdom and spiritual. You may not need aligning in all of these areas, and maybe you do. But just remember, this is a journey. It's a process. Don't overwhelm yourself or overthink yourself. So in this episode, we are going to look at the personal department. Now, there are subsections of this department, and we'll give thought to these. And the ones that we will give thought to today are the physical, the intellectual, and the spiritual or kingdom part. Now, we will discuss a whole lot more the spiritual department in future episodes. All aspects of your life will depend on your personal realm and making healthy routines. And as you know, routines are habits, unconscious practices that challenge your personal capacities regarding your physical, intellectual, spiritual, and relational dimensions. Your personal department predates all of this. It is important, although at times it's often invisible. Let's look at the physical department of the personal department. This is the segment that is responsible for your body and keeping it physically fit to fulfill all of the reasonable needs of the other divisions. It manages a depreciating asset and must maintain the facilities to keep them moving. What does your diet look like? Is it a healthy diet Or are you filling yourself up on junk food, on donuts and sodas? Are you exercising? Or are you a couch potato? 20 minutes of a vigorous walk or just a slow walk is incredible and would do wonders for your body 2 or 3 times a week. Your body is designed to move. And what about the intellect? How do you feed your mind? What are you reading? What podcasts are you listening to? Are you filling yourself up on TV programs that don't really give you what you need? And what about relationships? Are your relationships healthy? Or are you involved in toxic relationships that you need to move away from? And all of these are questions that you need to address to make sure that your physical department of the personal department of you incorporated is functioning at full capacity. Now let's look at that intellectual department. So this department is responsible for keeping knowledge and wisdom infrastructure part that is required for the broad activities of the enterprise at the cutting edge level. What are you feeding your mind? What are you doing to feed it? What books are you reading or not reading? Are you enrolled in classes? And just as we talked about that physical part of getting out and exercising, a lot of times when you just do a walk in the park and you're walking without the noise and all of the outside interferences and distractions that are coming at you, that are bombarding you, it gives the intellect, it gives the mind the opportunity to think and to grow. So what are you doing in that department and feeding that department? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Are you surrounding yourself with people that make you think and that challenge your thinking, that maybe make you want to go and research something? These are all important in making sure that this department is well oiled and moving you towards your goals. When you are embracing that intellectual edge, it's present and it appears to be very, very visible. And when it's lacking, its absence is very obvious and oftentimes regrettable. So does this department needs some realignment? And what will you do about it? So now let's look at that spiritual department. Now, the spiritual department is found both in the personal and the kingdom spiritual departments of you incorporated. So when we address it in the personal realm, it's the office of strategic planning. It is the control room for the direction setting and healthy living. This is where your very essence resides. This is where your spirit lives. Your spirit is the dimension, and it maintains that part of the infrastructure where character qualities will define your relationships with others. This is where the BS or the bogus stories are dispelled and truth is embraced. The Spirit or the Holy Spirit Within you is your guiding force that leads and guides you into truths. He is your teacher, your wisdom, your counselor. When you get off track and need to realign, it's the spirit that sounds off the alarm. And you have an option. You have an option to be sensitive to that alert and act, or you can ignore it and be led into a direction that you may face consequences that you do not want. As the CEO of You Incorporated, ask yourself this question. Is it time for realignment of your spiritual department? Well, you just hold on and massage what has been shared in this episode and see how effective you are being as the CEO of the personal department of You Incorporated. I want to thank you for joining in today's episode. In the next episode, we will explore further the realms of the career and spiritual and what they hold for you and You Incorporated. In the meantime, ask yourself, are you in the need and ready to realign your life? Until the next time, peace. I hope you enjoyed this episode. The best gift that you could give me is to share this podcast with family and friends. And don't forget to review it. That way, this podcast will grow organically. If you need to reach out to me, please check out my Facebook page, DM me there, or you can email me at godskow@gmail.com. We have upcoming Bible studies that we would love for you to join us in, or if there is a guest or someone that you would like to see me interview on this podcast, please let me know. We are here to work together to realign our lives. Until the next episode, take care, and I look forward to sharing more and more with you as we realign our lives. Peace until next week.